We've arrived. We're brown. We're more brown skinned than George Michael. We are more brown skinned than Robin Thicke.
Than John B.
Yeah. We're more brown skinned than even John B. Mm-hmm. We're browner skinned than Christina Aguilera.
Wow, that's
pretty brown skin.
Really brown.
That's pretty brown.
Yeah, that's.
We are Rachel Dolezal brown skin.
Oh no, you've gone too far. No. Oh God. Bring it on back a little bit. What? That's almost too brown.
That's too brown.
That's too brown.
She's too brown. Listen, she a whole box of brown crayon.
She's just the box of brown crayons.
She's just
Remember when
that.
they just had
Just
the colors that were just...
Mm-hmm. Just 8 brown crayons in it. That's hers.
Make sure that my Joy John is showing.
It's this for me. It's the subtle. Is that ad joy?
Well,
Why, yes, it is. Oh.
Is that ad joy on your arm too?
Is that also ad joy right here? Well, yes,
gosh.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes. There's ad joy everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there ad joy in the back?
Not on this one.
What?
I'm sorry.
Okay, next time I'll do it.
Different.
I'll do a slow turn. Okay. All right.
But we're here. We are. Yes. I'm ready.
We adding joy. That's what we're doing. My mic. Oh. What? I was like, my mic went off.
Ooh, Jesus.
Welcome. I'm Tony the Tiger, and I'm feeling great.
And I'm Chester Cheetah, just leaving you with just orange dust all
That's
over
a cool
the place.
dude. I think I like Chester Cheetah.
I
He's
should've
like
put
a
on
cool
some
dude.
sunglasses.
He's just creeping through, leaving the little hands all orange.
And we are at Joy.
Where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
Yes, we are feeling mighty joyful today.
Joyful, joyful Lord. Oh, wait, we have Tourette's.
Adore thee.
God of glory, Lord of love. Okay.
Something. And we are here in our season of security and confidence. It's interesting because we had a little discussion and trepidation about where we were going to go. But the universe always lays that thing out. I am excited about being in security and confidence.
This is the one we needed to be in.
We needed to
right
be
now.
Right now.
This is the one we need to be in.
Right.
You know
now.
what? Listen. Mm-hmm. Come on. You better plug in.
Yes.
You better plug in. I'm not joking. You better plug into this. This train is taking off, honey. You don't want to be in the ground floor. You don't want to be like later on, like, I remember them, and now, you know what I'm saying, they hard to catch.
Come on, ride that train. And ride it. Choo, choo.
If you feel like Joyful,
come on. It's up to you.
Security and confidence, just as a definition, right? Security and confidence is accepting and trusting oneself to accomplish tasks and goals.
I love that that's the definition this week, especially. It is a positive, realistic view of the self, including all areas of strengths and improvement.
That's part I like. I like that it's realistic. Like it's not out there. It's not esoteric. No, that excellent you, that's the real you. Oh, you really are tan. I mean, like now I used to be like Madi, she light skinned with short hair. Now I'm like Madi, she dark skinned with long hair.
This bang, y'all, it's out of hand.
You know, Madi, she's like dark skinned, she has long hair. I had to say it without laughing at all. I just say it very seriously. You know, Marty, dark skinned Marty, the long hair.
I'm the one.
Am I thinking of a different?
They talking about me?
No, no, that one.
So before we get started, we do want to remind you to hit the subscribe button down in the bottom right corner of your screen, or do it now, or hit the plus sign where you listen to podcasts so that you can follow us. This is so important, y'all.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you the amount of people that I was sitting with someone at brunch this weekend. She was like, first of all, love the podcast. I was like, what?
Watching the podcast?
I said, do you watch? Do you listen? She said, oh, I watch faithfully.
We've talked to just hundreds of people, but that does not necessarily reflect the subscribers.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I personally have talked to like 575 people. So if it's not 575 subscribers, some of y'all just watching without the subscription. It's not going to stalk you.
No.
It's not going to come up as a text message on your phone like Temu and Shine. Sheen, whatever, right? Please subscribe. It's very meaningful to us. Please. And the merch is live. You see it. You're already thinking to yourself, I'll cut the neck off and make it into a little off the shoulder. You already thought about it. Do it. It's live. We really have some fun things in there. Please go to shopaddjoy.com. That is shopaddjoy.com. So you can be part of the revolution.
Yes, we've got super cute. I'm not saying that.
Oh my God, so cute.
It's really cute.
There's stuff with tacos on it. I mean, just like so.
Listen, look at this tumbler. Look at this.
Is Big Joy Energy on?
Big Joy Energy is on there.
I'm definitely getting that.
You have to go see what we're talking about. Yeah. Yes, you must.
My students said the other thing to me in class. They were like, Dr. Bell, you have Big D Energy, but they said the word. I was teaching Black women's mental health. I said, I'm going to take that compliment.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be upset by that.
I understand where they were going with it.
Yeah.
They were like, you take up space. You know what I'm saying? Like they were saying I had security and confidence come through. I had Big Joy energy. They just didn't have the right word.
Yes.
We can take out the D word.
We are changing that phrase and we are making it into Big Joy energy. So you've got to see the T-shirt that we have.
Come on and rock it. We're branded out. And will be. If you see us out on the street, be like, are they still wearing those Android? Yes, we are.
Yeah. Every day.
I
want you to feel some kind of way about it. Is that the same? Yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's a different one.
Sunglasses with on there. Like a headband.
We've got bathing suits.
Tattoos. I mean, I just think.
We've got robes.
We should get nails.
Oh, already done.
Ended. We get little tiny ad joys though on each one.
I will show you my nails. I will make sure that I put that.
You should absolutely put it on there.
Mm-hmm. So we are continuing with our motivational mantras this week in R&B and hip hop. We have several.
Look, when I saw this on here, I was like, "Oh, the sky is the limit." It's not gospel. It's 112 though.
It's 112.
Which can be gospel if you were in Atlanta in the 90s. That is gospel.
In the late 1900s, there was a club, 112.
One Tweezy.
That, I mean, every weekend wrapped around the block.
Standing out that corner. I was like, where's the women's line so we can get in faster?
Oh, no. This whole
the
line.
ladies free line. You see it.
Mm-hmm.
Good old 90s. That doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. We just be outside. Sky is the limit. And you know that you can have what you want. Be what you want. That is from 112, the group that named themselves after the club. From the song Sky is the Limit. I love that phrase even. I mean, we say it all the time, but I mean, that means you are limitless. There's no boundary to where you can go. Yeah, you can have what you want. Be what you want. In fact, decide today. I really want to be. Go ahead and just be it now. Be
Manifest
it now.
It. Whatever it is, however wild and crazy it is.
Wake up big. Do you know what I mean? Don't play small. Wake up already big. Good. I'm big already. I'm just going to step into myself today.
Yes. All right, next one. If I woke up tomorrow and didn't have $1, as long as I have my heart I can get it all over. That's Wale.
Come on, Wale.
Featuring Rick Ross on Self-Made. That harkens back to last week's motivational mantra from Jay-Z. Hark the Herald rappers rap. Huh?
Hark the Herald rappers rap. That's Rhett's own today.
But if I woke up tomorrow, if you take all of this from it, I've literally done that. All of this taken. I'll make it back.
As long as I have my heart, I can get it all over.
As long as I have my heart, my spirit, my hustle, my drive, my focus, whatever you want to put in there.
Am I there? Then it's going to be a success. You know, I say that about fun parties and stuff like that. Was it fun? Who's all there? I was there. Stop asking who was there. I was there, which means it was hilarious. The jam was on. Where was that from?
Listen,
a jam will be on.
Listen,
school days.
You have us at a party. It's a good time.
What you mean? Who all over there? We there. It was
Even
great
if
time.
I'm sleeping in a corner, hitting my head on the wall.
If it's us two and one other person.
No, really.
It was the best time ever.
Really?
Was I there? Meaning, as long as I'm showing up, I can remake it. I'm colder than a polar bear's toenails. Now that's cold.
Listen, that's cold.
I'm ice cold
that's
out
cold.
here. What? Come on, Outcast.
Cold. I'm colder than a polar bear.
Do you know how cold a polar bear is? They're in the snow. Ice. It's colder than him. It's not connected to the warmth of his body. It literally sits in ice 24 hours a day.
It does not touch the warmest parts of it. It touches
the ice. Okay. I'm colder than that. Like, what was somebody cold? Me? Colder than polar bear's toenails. Come on, that's confident. I'm here for it.
And then finally, you've got to realize that the world's a test. You can only do your best and let him do the rest. You've got your life and got your health. So quit procrastinating and push it yourself.
I mean, you loud, CeeLo. Okay. CeeLo kind of calling us out. You're a little loud, CeeLo.
CeeLo in due time. Yeah.
I feel like he did that, right? CeeLo was like, I have all these other ideas and talents. He could have just been like, I'll stay, because we all knew he could rap. And he was like, I'm just going to sing. I'll make a whole nother group. In a totally different genre. And hands down, if that ain't in your top 10 Christmas albums, then you're not ready for the holidays. If CeeLo Green's Christmas album,
it is my favorite Christmas album.
I'm leaving if I don't hear anything from it at your party. You're not having a Christmas
You're a mean
party.
One, Mr. Grinch. Listen, he really did a thing there.
Run around,
listen.
It was what? CeeLo Green gave it to you, and you've never heard the Mary don't the Mary song. You haven't heard
Mary,
that
don't you know? Here's the thing, though. He really could have kept himself in that box.
Sure, he was talented in that box.
Goody Mob. I mean, he was amazing in that box. He was fine right there.
He said, I'm going to try. I'm going to step out. That was a while ago. Like now everybody like does a little rapping, does a little singing or whatever. He was like, I'm going to take a chance. Maybe they might say I'm weak, I'm foul, whatever. I'm just going to try it. I have a voice. I'm going to use it. Go, CeeLo.
Yes. All right. So we are really excited about discussing today's topic. We've been talking about security and confidence, and interestingly, it really hasn't been that long now. You all remember back in the day when we were the Joy RX.
I mean, way back then, before we broke up with Joy RX, and Joy RX kept texting us, and we were like, and we had to pack up Joy RX's stuff. Like, if you didn't see that whole drama, make sure you check out our reels on Instagram and on Facebook, because I know you're not supposed to put your ex like out there on social media, but I mean, I just felt like Joy RX was being super extra, so we went ahead and chronicled some of that.
And we kicked him to the curb.
Yeah, we had to put Joy RX. I was like, listen, we're moving on up.
And so we completely rebranded. And that's what you see here. And in that process, we had to really figure out like who we are and what we wanted to communicate to our audience. And we went through this whole process in order to do that. And I think, matter of fact, I know that when we did that, when we got very serious about who do we want to declare ourselves to be, it has been much clearer. Everyone has loved it. There's not a single person who has been. I think people initially were kind of like, oh, I thought that, the other name was catchy.
It was.
It was.
But this is who we are.
This is who we are.
We're saying adding joy. We're not saying that anything's wrong with your life right now.
Right.
We're not we're not saying you're in a horrible place. We're saying add joy to wherever you are. Now, if you're saying, hey, I'm down to the bottom, I'm at 1, add joy to it. If you're saying I'm at 9, add joy to it.
If you're
anywhere,
at 10,
you
add
are
joy to
in
it.
the spectrum.
Yes.
Add joy to it.
Yes.
Sprinkle a little joy on it.
Yeah. We have a T-shirt about it. Want to see it? There you go. So we talked about what does it look like to be a brand yourself, right? All of us are walking around as a brand, whether we recognize it or not. If you were to go and ask 5 people, who am I? What do I represent? What do you know about me? One of 2 things will happen. Either everyone will say similar things because it's very clear what your brand is, or everyone will say very different things, and then that means your brand is not clear.
We're not clear what the brand is.
Right? So we wanted to talk very pointedly about what it is to be a brand. You can't walk around with security and confidence unless you are representing your brand to the fullest.
What's something that's like your brand?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you know that I'm going to
get
a good time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
A good time will be
I think
had.
that's me too. Laughing till tears.
Yes.
Not laughter.
Absolutely.
Laughing till it hurts badly.
Loud.
Guaranteed.
You know, at some point you're gonna have to be like, you loud. I am. I know. It's just.
I like that my brand can be like kindness and fairness. I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna drag the isms.
Yes, I'm truthful.
I'm going to.
I am the friend that if you really want to hear what is the truth, I'm not gonna spare the feelings. I'm gonna love you through it, but I am going to tell you the truth. Yeah,
it's your brand.
That's my brand.
Yeah. And that clarity, that way that it clarifies your identity, it's how people will know you, right? And so why is that related to security and confidence, right? To a large extent, I think many of us have struggled with kind of confidence because we didn't know our brand. We weren't even sure. Or whatever we were presenting out there in the world wasn't the real us. So people could kind of smell the lack of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you ever see somebody acting real tough and you'd be like, all right, teddy bear, are we going to stop with the toughness? The people be like, I cut somebody out. You won't.
You've never done that.
You want to hug. You don't want to curse anybody. You don't want to fight. You want to put your arms around people. Let that go on and be your brand because that is who you are. You'd have a lot more confidence if you were, your real self.
A lot of us are out here. I was thinking about this today. A lot of us have made our defense mechanisms our brand.
Oh.
Right. And so because we're
control drama is your brand. That's so good.
Because we are reacting to our trauma and our pain, and we're thinking that we have to protect ourselves. We have created a brand.
So my brand is I don't give a F, or I just be letting fools know.
That isn't actually who you are.
It's not who you are.
No.
You want some joy.
Yeah.
It also makes you memorable. Think about the people who you meet and then later on you remember who they are. It's because there was a clarity of their brand. The two of us are going to be laughing. I don't care if you meet us in the most professional setting. I don't care if you meet us at a funeral. I meant what I said and I said what I meant.
Really? No, really?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. People be at the funeral like, I know I shouldn't have sat next to you. Oh my God. Shh, be quiet. I'm just saying.
constantly cracking
Why is that
jokes.
the song? Did he decide that's black folk for you? Why they sing that? I want to go to other people's funerals, see if they sing that. And they'd be like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I can't, that's just, I'm on brand. But it makes, it's the memorable part of, I think, of both of our personalities. What's the memorable part of your personality?
Yeah. It also encourages others to trust you. I know who's always going to show up. I could choose to be mad at it, but if I know this is your brand, I know what I'm getting into.
That's so good.
Even
if you don't prefer it.
There are certain people that you bring in certain settings because you're clear about their brand, and this may not be the place for that brand. But there's someone else that, yes, their brand fits in here. That's fine. You're not mad about it. You're not salty about that. You just understand.
Yeah, I just know.
I can trust you to be who you are.
It can be, that forgiveness gets a little higher when you know that somebody's just on brand. That's what they bring. You're not mad at them because they're being them. I'm mad at you because you're gonna come in here. How dare you come in here and act like yourself? I
look like asking you to come off brand.
Right. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Yep. Very true. It supports your goals. When you have everybody has them, right? Everybody has what they see in the distance and how they imagine themselves, and their full selves and whatnot, or whatever the things they want to do in life. Staying on your path, staying in your lane, and really, kind of being your brand supports your pathway, your trajectory toward those goals.
I cannot tell you how many people have said that joy is our brand. This is y'all.
Outside of it, they were just like, oh, of course.
Yeah, we've not come out of who we are to do this. We didn't go and...
We have found a way to just be ourselves on a podcast. And turn it into an entire,
we showed up
therapeutic structure.
Us.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So then it helps people decide if they want to align with you.
Yeah.
Or not.
But that's why I think it's important to be honest with people, you know what I mean, and really live in your brand. But that's where the security and the confidence really comes from, right? That's where that comes from. I am confident. When I said I don't play about the isms, I don't. I'll say it early on. I don't do it. Oh, you're homophobic? No, thank you. I'm not the one for you. All that patriot? Nope.
And she's vocal about it.
You're anti-Semitic. I'm sorry.
No, she's very...
I'm not doing it.
We're going to have a whole conversation about how I am against this. Yeah, she's going to say it loudly and proudly.
I don't like
Whereas others, may not speak on it as much.
I'm going to say something. You're going to squeeze that little anti-trans thing in, and I'm going to say something right then. I'll be like, oh! You're not going to get it past me. I heard that it was transphobic, and I want to say something about it. I'm going to say it. But that then you know then whether to align with me or not. Don't come over here and be like, I'm really going to try to be racist. I'm not the one.
I'm going to come over here and try to be racist.
I'm going to be racist up next to Kanika. Won't.
You're not.
I hate women. Move. Scoot over. Scoot over. These females stop right there. You don't have to say any more words to me at all. It really does. I don't think it's not a hating. You know what I mean? It just helps. It lets you just be yourself. I think there is something really confident about I just wear my brand. This is me.
Yes. So we're throwing this word around. We're talking about branding. We even talked about, how we went through a rebranding. And so we wanted to talk about what are the questions that we asked ourselves as a company, as an organization, to get clarity about what we wanted to present before we even got with our amazing brand manager. I am Branderella.
I am Branderella.
Listen, Shara Spear, get you a Shara Spear.
Branderella up this time.
If you don't do anything, if you need any branding, this woman is it. I mean, what she does
idea
is just,
generator. She just just sits there and spits forth. It's like she's some sort of, it's crazy.
But we made her job easier because we came with an understanding of what we wanted to communicate. and who exactly we are. So we wanted to present these questions to you to ask of yourself. Okay, so B in branding is for blueprint.
B is for blueprint.
Good enough for me. That's on brand for us too.
Right.
We'll break out into song.
Yeah, it helps you to know. I don't ever want to hear like, I don't want it to be like musical theater in my life. We're not the ones.
Oh no.
We're the ones. We're doing show tunes.
No,
every hour.
We are a walking Glee episode.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're like Julie Andrews, just in your pocket.
Yes. So blueprint, the master plan around someone's experience with you. It should be delivered consistently across all areas of your life to help build trust and loyalty.
That's so good. Can you imagine if you saw us somewhere being like super anti-joy?
Right.
You won't. But I mean, like, you won't. But I mean, that's how you know people are outside of their, you know what I mean? Like trying to be fake, or they're just like, this is who I, and then you see them somewhere else like, oh my gosh. We operate this joy
on a
absolutely
corner
everywhere.
Crying just hysterically, and it's not because we're happy.
Cussing
Like,
somebody all the way out and not giving them any space to like, no empathy. Come on. You're not going to catch us doing it. We're not as parents, not at our jobs. I mean, we're normal, so we have our normal ebbs and flows, but it should be the consistency of it. And sometimes that's how you know what your blueprint is, or your brand even is. If you're like, I don't know what my brand is. What's the you that naturally shows up? You don't put the mask on or anything.
You don't have to think about it.
Just wake up in the morning you that kind of naturally show. If you didn't do any persona, what would be the you that would show up everywhere? That's it.
That goes back to the idea of the defense mechanisms, you creating your brand. What you have done is you've created a brand to adapt to what you think are your needs, right? But you know that you're creating it because you have to think first. What should I do? No, the blueprint is just what you do. It's intrinsic. It just comes out of you, right? So that's how you know that is the blueprint.
Yes. The R in branding is relationship. The thoughts, feelings, and psychological relationship between you and others, right? We always talk about our Baba, Dr. Daniel Omatosho Black. He said he's from Arkansas, so he's like filled with these little colloquialisms. One of my favorites is when he said to me like many years ago, if 3 people say you bark like a dog, buy yourself a leash. I still scream at that. And what he's saying is, if you're in relationship with others, you get what he's saying, right? I'm out here saying my brand is cat. Everybody who's in relationship with me is like, you bark, you scratch behind your ear, you're trained to do tricks. I think you might. He's like, buy yourself the leash.
There's a message here. If you go out and you ask people, how do I make you feel? If you asked 3 people and 3 people say to you, well, sometimes you bring the mood down. That is not your time to this. Oh no, I'm always up. No, they wrong.
No, they don't even know me. Really, they don't know me like that. Why'd you ask? They don't know me like that. My husband and my mama and my child. They don't even really be with me. Okay. The relationship is very important, right? This bond that you have with other people, the shared thoughts, the shared ideas, the feelings, that psychological connectedness, right? That is actually part of the brand.
It is absolutely part of the brand. We can't exist without others. It cannot be done. So it's important for you to know, what is the relationship that I have with others? How do I make them feel? That will tell you a lot about who you are and are not.
And I think it's okay. I mean, we're kind of extroverted and personalities. This also goes. That's perfectly healthy to be an introvert. It's perfectly healthy for your brand to be like, that's me pretending when I come in big grinning and talking to 12 people. That's not who I am. I like a small group. I like to talk to few people, and I like to be more reserved. That's a brand.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people who know me know I can actually vacillate between the two. I can sit in a corner, and I can read a book with a whole party going on
You
around
really,
me.
literally, she's not joking. She's not joking.
Absolutely can do that.
I mean, be
And-
in the book. That's just completely. Like, you didn't see when so and so took his shirt off. I was in chapter 2 by
I was
then.
reading, and then an hour later, I could be in the center of the party. I am the party.
same party.
Both can
And
happen.
then can go back to the book. It's really something how that happens.
Yeah. Yes, but it's all about the relation, right? That you have with others. When I do that, do people feel isolated? No, they're just kind of like, child, that's just
She's on brand.
she got that book going. Let her have her moment, and then she's gonna come back and they know, right? Yeah. The A in branding is for agreement. Your brand, hear me on this, is your promise of what others will experience from relation with you. Think about the people who are around you, good or bad. What are you sure is going to happen when you come into contact with them?
Laugh. You will laugh.
I know I'm going to giggle. At some point, I'm going to giggle.
There's just no way. But it's also, it's an agreement that you make with yourself, too, that I'm going to show up authentically. You know what I mean? I'm going to show up. The reason why people can expect that I'm going to laugh is because I'm not going to thwart who I am in different spaces. I have the confidence to just, listen, this is who I am. So, again, some people may not align with that. All that levity and all that giggliness, that's not my thing. Okay, I'm not your thing.
Correct. The promise that you're going to get, you're going to get truth with me. You're right there in the moment. We ain't going to hem and haw around stuff. We're going to be like,
hem and haw.
We're not going to do that. We're going to 10 toes down. Right here. What you want to talk about? Let's go. And
it really, you see how that breeds the trust? You know what I mean? And it builds that kind of secure relationship because people know what they're going to get. I know what I'm getting. And in fact, I'm seeking it. If I'm trying to be in the space of someone whose brand is consistent, I must want it.
That's what it is.
I want it.
Yes. Yes.
I don't dislike it. I like it.
It's why because you can tell when people are outside of that agreement. Right? You can tell that something's off. You're like, what's going on?
This is weird.
Because typically, I know that if she's quiet and she's pensive and what happened? Because that's not typically who you are. Even when she's spicy, she's got a little joke behind it all the time.
Be worried if I'm, how are you?
What?
Like pause.
What?
What's wrong?
Right.
Pause. Something's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. But that, again, I hope everybody's seeing how that relates to, like, you got to really be in your bag. You know what I'm saying? You got to be really secure and confident to just show up as yourself everywhere. Right? N is for nature. A brand is the inherent nature of you, your personality, your character, your style. It is the emotional association of who you are, who you actually are. You might have to take some time to delve into this because I think you said something powerful. I want to gloss past it. Many of us are in performance, right, of our defense mechanisms. We have learned to be a particular kind of way, right? That's why the strong Black woman, some of those archetypes are unhealthy because it's a response that may not be naturally who you are. I don't need nobody. I can do it all myself. And that may or may not really be who you are. Circumstances may have driven you to believe that that's an adaptive.
I've not come across a person that is actually true.
There's no human being that doesn't need other human beings. It's biologically not
that
true.
We all want to be
biologically
comforted, considered, and cared for. Serial killers. At some point in their life, they were not considered, comforted, cared for, and that's why these extreme behaviors came out. I'm telling you, I've not come across the person.
Even people love their alone time and things like that. That's fine. That you want people to consider you. You want to have micro doses possibly of people. Perfectly fine and perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
But you want that consideration, your comfort. But I think this inherent nature of us, sometimes we really have to go back and see what that was. Like look through your old childhood pictures.
Yep.
You know, what are you doing in there? Now you're like morose, and maybe I was just angry as a child. Here you are as a child, bubbles in one hand and a pinwheel in the other one, just grinning from ear to ear. Well, that's not always who you were. Mm-hmm. Right? Not saying, again, it's not like, oh, who you are, you don't have to change. I don't like, but really, you have to really assess, is the me I'm presenting the real me? Yeah. And that's going to interfere with your self-esteem and your confidence and your inner security. Because if you're out here just on stage performing, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. I always say this about, there's always that period of time, not always, I mean, for people who don't enter relationships like this, but there's that period of time where you come in and you show up as your representative. Mm-hmm. I asked a woman today at work, we're just now starting to work with one another, but we're going to be working very closely. And she asked me a question, and I paused and I said to her, just tell me really quickly, do you want to hear from me or do you want to hear from my representative? Because I could give you either one, but I want to make sure that you want to hear from me.
And I don't even know if you can. You might have been lying. I'm not sure you. I'm not sure you can stay in representative that long. I feel like you just go creep out and be like, sis, let me just give you some of me. I don't think that's healthy, but I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to.
And that's the thing. Keeping up the representative is hard, y'all.
It's so hard to do.
There's no one that you are in relation with that if they brought you the representative, it ain't gonna stay for long. And you catch glimpses of it, and you start saying to yourself like, "Well, they show me that."
That is so true. Now we believe that people can look how they want. We believe in the freedom of doing whatever you want. But I think it's part of why I think she and I are committed to like kind of looking like ourselves. This is how we look. Do you know what I mean? Like when I wake up in the morning, I look like this, literally.
When someone sees us and we're not online, we look like this.
Yep. They be like, "Dang, you really look like yourselves."
No, we've heard that.
You're not going to get surprised. Now, again, I think that is the African aesthetic is beautiful. Adoring yourself, please put it on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not telling anybody, don't wear this and your hair needs to be natural. I'm not saying that at all. I do think you need to know what it is up underneath there. I think just for yourself. I'm being very serious. I think you have to take some moments just for yourself to take off all this stuff and just look at yourself and be like, I like that too. Just remind yourself, I like that too. Now you can adore in yourself all you want.
I'm not even just talking about the accoutrements that we put on, them filters. If every picture we take.
You ain't even got knees. Where are your kneecaps? You don't blur your legs. You don't have any. You smile and nothing's happening here. This is completely just blurred.
Okay, all right. Do people recognize you when they see you? I have seen people that have come up to me and have hella fine.
I'm immediately recognized it because this is how I look. And even what I do, half the pictures of me online, I'm putting food right in my mouth. I recognize you. Put the taco in your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why we're doing that. That was important, I think, for us. And again, please don't hear this as judgment. It may not be everybody's journey. That was important for us. Our security and confidence journey involved falling in love with how we looked. I don't know if that speaks to your spirit, join us. But that was something that was important for us to strip down and be like, this is the way that my hair grows out of my head. This is the texture it is.
It wasn't always like this. I've known her and she's had a perm.
Oh, baby, I gave it to you in college.
Oh, it was giving.
Sweetie, I gave it to you. Okay?
It was giving.
Stop. I'm talking about put it down and brush it forward and flip it back, baby. Farrah Fawcett had nothing. sweetie, I gave you a perm. I gave you some perm.
Yeah.
But and again, I could get one tomorrow. No problem. But it was important in our journey that we had to just look at ourselves sometimes and just literally stand naked. And this is how I look.
But in fact, in what she's saying, my inherent nature, you will see me change often.
That is true. Your inherent nature is change.
My hair was short just a few weeks ago.
And now it's so long.
And now
it's just cascading like down your back.
Tangling to the point I've got to keep, you see me tucking it behind my ears. It's
people listening to the podcast are going to be like,
heavy.
Let me see. What did she do to it?
All that. But it's true. I will change my whole wardrobe in a season.
Oh my God. We be getting ready to go out. In college, we would go out and she'd be like, she go to the bathroom and just dye this piece right here. This right here will just be red and right here. I'm ready to go. What? I'm wearing red. So you went into the bathroom and dyed this.
My nails tell a story.
Always.
They change drastically every single time they get
But that's
done.
your brand.
That's my brand.
That is your brand.
Right.
Be very careful not to admire someone's brand so much that you start to like copy their brand.
Ooh.
Right. And the reason why that's important is because that's for them. That's the thing that they do. You might be like, I love her hair. Now you have to make sure that it look good on you. You know what I'm saying? And it bespeaks your personality.
Takes us into the D.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Distinctive.
Okay.
Yeah. Branding makes you stand out from other people. It makes you distinctive, right? It's your own unique identity. Your brand is your fingerprint.
Yes. Yep.
Right? It is the fingerprint. It's the imprint you are leaving. It's the thing that lets people know that you were there. Do you know what I mean? This was the mark that I left. And I think it can be a form of flattery. Sometimes we're confused. We're looking for an identity. And so we adopt one that someone else is enacting because we like what it's doing for them.
On them.
Yeah. And we think it's going to look the same on us.
And we think, oh, let me take on that. No. You got to figure out what's distinct about you.
What's your thing?
That's necessary. We need you as your distinct
That's good.
self.
We don't need another whoever it is that you're admiring. We don't need the part two of them. We already have that. We need what you bring.
Yes.
Spend some time thinking about that.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. So here are some questions to ask yourself. What are the positive things that make up your brand? If you were to tell, we've talked about, we laugh, we do. What are the things you say are positive about you?
I'm probably going to fight for fairness, and I'm going to look to be kind. I like to bring truth, but I like it to be in a spoonful of sugar.
Want it to be soft. Spoonful of sugar makes medicine go down. Yes, that's very much her. I said I am very truthful. I am going to give you that honesty. I love hard. Baby, if you get loved by me,
you are ridden hard and put back wet. That statement, people like, I look like I've been ridden hard and put back wet.
Okay.
That's about a horse.
My
See,
love.
you're always thinking something nasty.
It could be something. Listen, that's part of my brand too, but we're going to keep it moving. So listen, I am saying that I am going to love the hell out of you. Now, here's the thing. Whereas she wants it to be a soft landing, my love for you sometimes is a hard blow.
You want it to be a landing. But I
got to get my sounds together. Yeah. But I love hard. Ooh, I love hard. Ooh, yeah. If you are loved by me,
I would say that. I would say that. I think you love hard. Yeah, and I think it's distinctive. I think that is a distinctive quality. that you have. And what's funny is we're talking, and then, the next question, of course, is what are the negative things? But, some things are positive, some things that might be considered negative to some people. Like when you all gave me that lovely appreciation, I cried so hard. And Jason said, I don't know. He said, she loves everybody. And I don't know if I like that.
He said,
Jason was like, he was giving it as an appreciation post, and he said sometimes
he did say
that gets on my nerves because it does, because he doesn't want to have like thousands of people. I come with a lot of people. You have to tell me don't bring no people.
No, listen,
because I'll come with all the. I will have met some people. If you want your party full,
I'm laughing
and you don't know anyone,
because
just invite me and I'll just bring all the people.
I have had to adjust to this because I've been
really good. I don't bring a lot of people through here anymore. What? I've really kept it down. It'll be like 5 strangers tops. That's less than 35.
Because see, she's calling them nobody's a stranger to her.
Then now.
Nobody's a stranger to her.
Everybody,
so they're a stranger to me.
Friend.
And then she brings them, and that's the thing too. I mean, they're her. They are her best friend. Just this is my friend, and I'm like, I've never heard of
Who
this
is this
person before in my life. But okay,
we met and clicked.
That was it. That's heavy for me.
So that's, I like it.
That's
it's
true.
a positive thing.
Yeah,
Other people might like it. Then some
That's
people are
true.
like, okay, don't come through here with 50 people.
Yes.
How many dudes you going to be bringing to this thing? How many? I have a dude limit. I'm going to bring 9 dudes. 9 dudes.
Now, my negative, the negativity about my brand, I say this, and I'm not joking when I say this. Clarity is my love language.
You love a clarity.
But let me tell you something. That tweaking a thing to get to that clarity hurts others sometimes, because I just be real like, yeah, that doesn't seem like the wisest thing for us to do. Why did you pick that? Let's flesh this out. That can be hard for people. My critical eye, the way that I, pick apart a thing. Ultimately, what it is my gift for beauty. I like for things to be beautiful at the end, but that means to me that they've got to be clear. That's hard for some people.
But, and again, for many people, that's going to be wonderful. For people who tend to take it personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She just tells truth. She's like, do you like this? I hate that.
And I say it like that.
She'll be like, I hate that.
Yeah.
And you have to not hear that as I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, she just doesn't like that. Doesn't like that.
It takes a particular kind of person to be able to kind of just come in and deal with me. If you don't have the thickest skin, it's going to take a little work.
People will decide if they can align with you. This is such a mature conversation. Years ago, I was like, why would people be intimidated? People are just saying I was always intimidated, and then I'm going back. I was like, just on some Midwest, you don't never tell no woman you intimidated. You never tell nobody you intimidated by them, even if you are. I always thought that was like street code. You don't tell nobody you intimidated by them.
The number of men that have said
and
to
women.
Me years later, no, but
we're
saying
talking about them liking you. So it's like, no, women do it too. Like
men
she scares me.
Yeah, but that I never even. I'm just like, yeah, but men who never, men that I think are, I see them and I think that they're confident and will tell me years later, oh, I wanted to talk to you, but just you intimidate. What? I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've heard the word.
True that.
Intimidated.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to turn it off.
I feel like we can find it like in the last week or somewhere online. I mean, I'm sure somebody just said it. I mean, it is a popular. It's that popular.
Yes.
But
that's and I will say this. I don't hold on to that like, ooh, I need to change, but I do see it as that's a turnoff for people. And I understand that. I recognize that and I get it. And I'm not out here, who, me?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where I intimidated you.
And again, you see how that's just the other side of the coin, though. right?
Yeah.
Like the
Right.
other side of my coin in terms of like being I think friendly and fair and kind is struggling with people pleasing. And I think, you know what I'm saying? Everything there's a yin and a yang to something.
Everything.
Right? So the brand is not necessarily just all of the best things ever. It's the brand. It's just the brand.
Our names are our brand. Love excels all. My beauty lies in my womanliness and in my godliness, light and beauty to all that I do and all that I am. That's just
That's true.
big, long way of saying that, like, I critical, I pick at a thing. I like clarity, that light. I want it to be light. And yeah, all of that.
That really
Our
is.
names are.
When I got Teshy, I was like, now that is just something. It means if you look closely, there's healing in her laughter. I was like, well, that's a good name for me. All right.
Our names are.
That's very good. That is a brand, right?
Yes.
So how do we get clear about our brand if we're not sure? I mean, because I really do think we're dropping like an overall kind of coverage of it, and I'm sure some people are like, oh, I know what mine is, baby. I'm ready. I have an elevator pitch. I'm ready to deliver it. And then I think some people are like, I like gummy bears. Is that my brand? I like lotion and like hip hop music. Like people are like, I don't know what, they made, it takes you coming out of yourself to some extent to try to kind of see yourself a little bit more objectively to even know what this is. And many people don't have that much experience. They haven't taken the time to see how they're seen. You know what I mean? I don't know what my brand is. I'm just walking around here being myself. So ways to get clear about your brand. What's the first one?
Share your perceived brand and see if it stands.
This is rough, y'all. Listen, this is where the humility is going to be important.
If I came out here
myself as this, and are people do they bust out laughing? Ho!
If I came out and I said to her, if I said my brand is that I'm shy. And I'm quiet.
People can barely hear me. Sometimes I speak so softly, and it just.
Could you imagine?
Listen, I'd be like,
some of us are out here doing that, though, y'all. I promise you, we're out here.
You've seen it.
Lying to ourselves.
You have been around somebody, and you just look at them like this. I mean, y'all know how humble I am. Just humble. Just. Oh, you know how nice. You know me, just do anything for anybody, and everybody's just frozen like.
Ixnay on the
you wouldn't spend $20 to get your mama out of jail. You do anything? What?
I'm telling you.
You what? And people just going in. This is just, y'all know who I am. You know how I'm just super nice and just always giving to people. And like, does anybody cooperate?
Because the first thing that we want to do is say all of the things that we think are amazing about ourselves. No. I want you to be so honest that you communicate. But here's the thing too, for some people, we also take it to the extreme.
Yeah.
I think that I just, I never
smart.
get anything accomplished. You're a physicist with a PhD. What are you talking, like that kind of thing. Really get clear. Take a hard look in the mirror and say, this is who I perceive myself to be. Share it with 3 to 5 people that you trust.
Yep. See what they say.
Yeah.
Because what the only thing that can happen, right? Like I know it's kind of scary, is that you get enhanced. That's the only, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the outcome. They're either going to say, wow, spot on, or they're going to add to it. They're only going to add joy. Don't hear it as criticism or they don't know me. They're adding joy.
The only thing that you can get is enhanced. Girl. Okay.
That's all you're going to get.
Moving on.
That's all you're going to get. Celebrate the things you feel promote you well. This might take a rebrand.
Ooh.
I talked to my client about this today. We were in the zone. Me and my client were in the zone today. I said, and I really was thinking about that. What if the most successful thing about me is that I am divorced? What if that's my success? Most people from the outside be like, "Oh, a failed marriage." You know what I mean? Oh, why are you making that face? What if that's me being gangster? What if that's me just deciding that I'm going to take my own life by the reins and that I was going to live in a particular, and I'm just choosing joy? What if that's my most successful,
which I had struggled with before?
Yeah,
and now,
right. What if that makes me amazing?
Look at me. Wow.
Can you imagine? But that's the rebrand a little bit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think we get into a place, but you got to really look at it. What are things that you really feel promote you well? I like to be known as somebody who don't stay too long at the fair. I want to be known as that. That sounds awesome. Mm-hmm. She's not gonna stay in places where she's not treated well. She's gonna bounce. Perfect. Believe it. I want that to be my brand. But we have to sometimes we might have to change how we think about a particular thing, right? And I think it's the celebrate part. What are the things about you that you think this is just me? This is just, oh, look at me.
I got this down pat.
Yep. Celebrate them.
Yeah. That's good.
Be in brand. I just went on this. I got my tans from traveling, right? And I was in Central America just going. And I remember I left her a message and I said, I can't go long without going to the beach. I can't go long. I can't let several months go by. I feel ill almost. You know what I mean? I remember saying to her, we're just going to drive to just Destin or something. I need to stick my feet into the sand. I must do it, right? That is something that's me. Water. You know what I'm saying? The submerging myself, just going to an ocean. That is part of who I am.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next thing, get clear about the things you would like to change. Mm-hmm. Listen, your brand is truth, y'all. Your brand is not who you'd like to be. Your brand is who you are. It's who you show up as today. Now, I'm not saying that your brand can't shift.
Or shouldn't.
If you've decided that there are some things that would be better suited, done a different way, great.
Yep.
But you got to know what the thing is first.
If your brand is irritable, I'm just cranky. If you ask me a question more than one time, I'm just going to snap. That's who I am. I'm bringing that everywhere. But if that's something you say to yourself, I don't want that to be my brand. I don't want to be known as the person who cannot be asked a question or else they're going to get feisty.
We cannot change the things we don't announce.
You got to announce it. You got to announce it.
Got to say it first.
And then when people don't get an attitude when other people point it out, they're pointing out your brand. They tell me you got to add your shirt on. I do not. But Kanika, you're wearing a black ad dress. I am not wearing. And here you just. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah.
I am wearing a black ad dress.
You have to announce it. And sometimes announcing it is good because you can't see you all the time, right? Sometimes you see the culmination of a thing. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you have to announce it to people to say, hey, pull my coattail when you see that happening. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to be better at this.
We talk all the time about these little diets we be on and off and on and off. When I tell you I'm off right now. When I tell you that I'm off, when I tell you that I'm wearing these pajama pants, because it's all that I can give you right now. When I tell you that I'm off, can I tell you right now? Right? But because it's my brand to put food in my mouth without hesitation. It is. It's my brand to be like, oh, that looks good, whether I'm full or not. So because people know that, I'm a woman of big portions. I'm a woman of yes. Don't ask me. Yes, bring out dessert. Yes, I'll have an appetizer. Yes, I'll have another drink. I'm a woman of that. That's my brand and everybody knows it. If I am trying to change it, I have to let people in.
You got to announce it.
I'm trying to rebrand.
This is the truth of who I am.
It's the truth of
I'd
who I am.
like to be different in this way. You got to announce the problem.
You got to announce it. And this is my favorite part, that having a clear brand helps you stand confidently in who you are. the hard parts and the soft parts.
Yep.
The parts that people love and the parts that people, the hurdles that people jump to get up next to you. All of those things, right? It's the clarity. It's the clarity in who you are that's going to make you stand confidently. It's not about the perfection. It's the clarity. It's that real interpersonal intelligence to be able to say, I know these things about myself.
Yeah.
If you are a person like, I'm going to deliver truth, let me know if it's harsh, because I can be. It's the you know what I mean? It's the when somebody says, "Oh, that's hard to hear," and you being able to hear it, like, I know, because sometimes I can deliver it that way. It's that. It's the I don't know. You seem like you people please, and I don't know where you stand on this and that. I know I do that, right? You just have to be. It's the clear. Be clear on what the brand is, even if your brand's in transition, even if you'd like it to be different. Just be clear on what it is right now.
Because the only thing you can be is enhanced.
Ooh. That's the only thing that you can be.
That one.
You know what? It just tickles me so good when people talk about the kind of like date or like man or woman or non-binary person that they are interested in, and I'm like, there's nothing in your brand suggests that that's what you are. I want a God-fearing man who's such and such such. They list all these things. You have never dated a man like that in your life. Your brand is somebody who sits on your couch, works intermittently, and drives your car. Ouch. But you got to say that to yourself, though. You know what I mean? Like, you're out here like, no, I'm a stockbroker. I'm on whatever it is you're saying out here. You've never held yourself to that standard. If that's the brand you want, announce it and start holding yourself to that standard. You got to rebrand because that ain't your brand.
Ooh.
No, it's not. I want a woman who such and such and such. We ain't never seen you with a woman like that in your life. In your life, I have all these requirements. No, you don't.
Not a standard. The first we ain't seen it.
That's hard to hear.
Yeah, but it's true.
But it's just true.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yep.
That's good. Ooh.
But it helps you just stand confidently in it. I promise you. What I used to people like, what did you used to like in me? Liking me.
Ooh.
That would do it. You like me? Okay, I like you. That's it. Mm-hmm.
They couldn't hold a job. They couldn't pay for a meal.
Blah, blah. Do you like me?
They wouldn't. Yeah. But that's good, right? Because then I can come out of that.
Yep. But I had to say it aloud instead of saying these really cute things that people say. Well, I'm looking for a man who's spiritual. I'm looking for a man who does this. No, I'm not. Or wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for a man who liked me.
I used to say that I wanted a man with good character, and then looked at all the men that I had. Because every single one of them arrogant.
Oh, arrogance must be my thing.
No,
it still is.
Got to be.
It's got to be my thing. I must say, look at the ego on that one. It's my pornography. Is there like an ego Pornhub? Let's go
when
Pornhub.
I put in the search bar, ego.
Big head. No, don't put big head. Ego. Listen, because I have never, if you have a big ego, I don't even think I'm looking your way. Tall and quite full of himself.
Tall and arrogant.
You got to be, it's the honest, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's so good. That's so good.
But it helps you just be confident. You see why we're laughing at it? It's we're not insecure about that. We're standing. We're in shifting and transition, but we're clear about where we are.
Yes, that's so good. All right. Ooh, that tickled me. Okay, so we are going to round things out with our joy journal.
It's just pictures of men with their chest up. Or the
taco meat
mansplaining
coming through.
Something.
I hate you.
We're like, ooh, that's what I want. Think you know everything. I love it.
Yes, honey. Can't nobody tell you nothing.
And then lie to, I want a man with humility. I do not.
I used to say
where's
that.
my record?
So crazy.
I have no record of it.
It's so crazy. I
love black women. You ain't never dated one.
Not a,
No, you don't. It's okay. No, you don't. You do not. I'm looking through your history. Not a single one. That's not your brand.
We talking good up in here, and
Come
we're not judging anybody else. We are talking to me. You know, we are really we sitting here getting uncomfortable with myself.
I know somebody's like, she's loud, she's calling me out. I'm calling myself out.
I'm calling me out.
I am giving you Kanika Bell's brand. If it fits, wonderful. I'm telling you, this is me.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Ooh. Yikes.
It's trio.
Let me go back and look at my brand again. Let me get real clear so I can.
We need to look at our brand like quarterly. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't let a year go by and you ain't like
out here
assessed your brand.
Kicking Joy RX to the curb. I need to be kicking these egos. Listen.
I kick one out and let another one in. Ain't
that crazy?
He was too.
Oh
my God, it is.
You
and here it comes.
Come on,
you cut the monster's head off. Just another head just grows on
so
the
crazy.
same
So crazy. We are talking to ourselves.
I think we're if it applies to you, please. But when I tell you, this is just the two of us.
God damn.
Woo! I'm not gonna deal with that.
I'm not gonna do it no more.
Come in here. Here he comes. Just me.
Just the next one.
What? They're the exact
one
same.
Leaving out the back door, the other one coming in the front.
And both of them just talking the same.
You see the back of one's head and his front. I'm trying to tell you, I've tried it and I know.
Oh my God. Listen, somebody feels me. Somebody knows that you were like, I'm tired of women like this. And your very next woman on that couch is this same
one
woman.
Same.
You have you folded and made a little paper towels.
Just a paper. Just all of them.
And you all excited about your new relationship?
I'm so tired. I'm tired of dating these men that just.
You haven't changed your brand.
Here comes the next one.
You're going to attract that exact
your
same
brand
person.
Is inviting their brand. That's so bad. Oh, I just feel like I'm just talking to myself, y'all.
Forth.
Your brand is calling forth the thing that you're saying.
You don't want.
Brand you say you don't want to be associated with.
Which
that's
is why
so
you're
real.
going to have to rebrand. If that's what you want, you better rebrand. Why do I keep meeting this same person?
You see me doing the Marge
you're the
Simpson.
Same person.
It's bad up in here, y'all.
I am forever going to walk away with your brand is inviting. That was a Bible verse. Ooh. Your brand. Why do these same women come up here? Your brand is inviting them.
Let me go rebrand real quick.
Let me pull an ad joy real quick. Them. You ever meet people and you're almost surprised that they're meeting the same people? Like, where do you even find people like that? What? I didn't even, you're
Did
surprised.
Did you go out and get,
like, what.com?
I thought
Did you go to keep meeting this same person? Your brand is inviting them.
You broke up with him because you didn't.
And I almost want to, listen, I'm not kidding. Now, I've had friends date women, I almost called them the same name. They look the same and act the same. This is a different woman who busted out your car windows? It's a different one?
I bust the windows out your car.
You have more than one woman in your life who your car windows have suffered that much? Your brand is beckoning. Come on in. Is that a sledgehammer in the back of that Honda? I love a stalker. Because something about your brand feels validated by
because we tell ourselves.
That's so good.
I've moved on from this brand.
No, you
but
just
my
jumped the person.
Brand has
The
not
brand
moved
hasn't
on
changed.
from this
Brand has changed. You just let this one piece of the paper doll go.
Yeah, just cut a
It's
piece
a
off.
whole, and you went
and
right back to the same one. Cut that out to my. Why isn't he different?
We potting too good today.
We're potting too good. That's fine. That's fine.
We potting too good.
We're potting out
We are
there.
actually talking to ourselves. I promise
want you
we'll
to know
talk.
it.
We're talking to ourselves.
I
We
hope
are sitting
somebody
here
can feel
like,
it.
oh my word.
I'm trying to tell you. We've all done it. We've all done it. You have to revisit. How am I showing up? What is my brand? Why is it that this is my... That's not my type. Yes, it is.
In fact...
That's your specialty. You have a penchant. That's your milieu. That is your, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes, it is.
We gonna move on because
you just right
because this right here hit so close to home. I got to sit on.
Yeah, you
this.
got to just put. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait a
Why
second.
is my brand
now,
sending out these
why
invitations?
Is my brand?
Why is my brand in people's DMs?
It's getting hot in here.
Asking for the same person to come.
Lord, I'm just.
Here come part 2. We could call them by the same name. Start calling them.
In fact,
here go John 3.
2 of them do have the same
I hate
name.
you. I hate you so much.
In fact,
I hate you. See how that truth just comes spilling out. It's like she's been shot with that truth serum. You just want to stop and come out. Oh no!
In fact, they do. Joy Journal. Listen.
Joy Journal.
So
that's my type. That's my type. Go play Sweetie. Go play Sweetie.
We had someone leave this anonymously.
Oh.
Those things in nature typically amaze and inspire me, like sunsets and sunrises. Not so much people. That's your brand. You know that. Not so much people, as I think we're all created equally, and I can do anything anyone else can do if I apply myself. Naive, I know. Not
no,
naive.
it isn't.
Not naive at all.
Not naive at all.
That is your
You
very
sure
real truth.
It's your birthright. It is your absolute right to live optimally. You can do anything. All right, Adrian from Atlanta, Georgia says, as an artist and creative, is it Adrian from Atlanta or is it a different Adrian? I don't know.
And
There's so many
this
is several agents.
No, this is Adrian
From DC? Other okay.
This is what this.
Nope. Adrian from Atlanta said, as an artist and creative.
Oh my God!
What? As an artist and creative, sometimes I find myself in a relapse. Adrian. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Like, wait.
We're never gonna get through this, y'all.
Our brand is that we don't remember names. It's our brand not to remember our name. Oh my God. Oh dear heavens. I find myself in a relapse where I care too much about what others may say or think. Then I remember that I'm not like others. Never have been. I think men need to talk about joy and love, especially Black men. That is a great sentence because I think that's very true. I think, and especially now we talk a lot about just masculinity and just what I mean, and they're attaching to the notions of masculinity kind of like these hard and aggressive and leading and dominating and things like that. And what about joy and love? Why is that not a part of of the concept of masculinity. It can be a part of your concept of masculinity. Remember, we're always rebranding. We're always defining these things for ourselves.
That's so good. What rebrand Black men?
Yeah.
Rebrand Black men to prioritize joy.
Mm-hmm. Make it manly. It's manly because you're a man and doing it. Just don't you don't have to make it deep. That's not manly. It is. You're a man and you're doing it. So it is. It is so.
Ooh, we have just giggled on.
We went. Listen, we went up. We done went there. I was like, we're having a nice light show, and then you changed on you. That's on brand. I'm gonna start saying that every time I see a little something like that's on brand. That's on brand. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our episode here of Add Joy about security and confidence.
Yes, and we want you to continue to watch our episodes, and we want you to go out and subscribe, like. We want you to get your merch so that you can represent everywhere that you go, that you are a Joy John.
Be a Joy John.
And we are heading on out. You hear the difference?
Yeah.
30 episodes later.
Sounds a little bit like Miss Pac-Man music.
Hey, Joy Johns, if you want to keep laughing
And singing.
with us, then join us at Add Joy.
That's right. We are no longer the Joy RX. We are Add Joy, where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
We continue to be your resident joyologists, but we have a new name and new social media handles.
So please check us out at Add Joy on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And Add Joy now on Twitter, IG, and TikTok.
You can catch this podcast Wednesdays at 7 a.m. on your favorite podcast outlet at Add Joy. Please continue to send your Joy Journal entries to info@addjoy.me.
If you want to continue accessing stories, charges, and shares to add joy to your everyday life, like, rate, subscribe, and share.
We need a song or something.
About oysters and tacos. If you like oysters and tacos.
Dun, dun, dun.
If you like Marty and Kay.
Dun, dun, dun. We used to be Joy RX, but we are Add Joy today.
If you look for us at midnight, wait till 7 a.m.
We got new socials and websites. Joy John,
Tell a friend. She's in my head.